Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Politics and Why. Meet the candidates in 2022. I'm Jane Hanson. I do 3 questions and 3 minutes. And today our guest is Brian Robinson, who would like to be the next congressman from the 10th District of New York, which happens to be currently held by Jerry Nadler, and it's been held by him since 1992. It's a diverse area, Upper West Side, bit of Tribeca, some of Chelsea, tiny bit of Brooklyn. So Brian, I know you're a small businessman, but you've had no political experience, but here you won, kind of like a David and Goliath battle here. Why do it?
Well, if you recall, who won that battle?
Touche. But tell us why.
Why am I doing this? I've been active on the local level. I don't think the pathway to being a congressman or representing your community necessarily entails having legislative experience. I ran a small business that was interdepartmental. I ran it from the ground. I built it from the ground up. It still exists. I just sold it. And I want to represent the interests of small businesses. I want to lower taxes by 6% because they're still hurting. The anguish on the people's faces when they boarded up, it was really tough to see. And the stories behind those boarded up establishments are real people that are hurting. So I want to do that. I want to focus on public safety, and I want to introduce term limits. No disrespect to Jerry Nadler. I think he's done a fine job for a long time. I think multi-decade incumbents are not helping the political situation right now. I think the polarities on both sides are absolutely tearing this country apart. And I want better for my daughter. Right now, this country is not in a state that I want my daughter to grow up in. So
second question then is, you've already pretty much outlined what you would work on. I also think maybe you're talking about some kind of crime, and is another big issue for you, and the homeless.
I would like to bring federal oversight to the state agencies that are accepting $3.5 billion of taxpayer money with very little performance metrics or standards of any type. I want to protect the 80% of the homeless people who are nonviolent from the 20% who are potentially violent, who need a different type of help.
All right, thank you for that. And then final question is, tell me something that nobody knows about you or that few people do.
I am a writer. I'm an author. I have ADHD. I wrote a book about it. I've done talks about having ADHD, and I like to raise the self-esteem of those who have been diagnosed. I don't want people getting caught up in the label of ADHD. I consider it a gift and a curse. For me, hyperfocus is the gift, and my hyperfocus is politics. And
I could have guessed that. Well, Brian, best of luck to you. We'll see you along the campaign trail. And thanks to all of you for joining us today.